Our story begins when Joey is just a yearling colt and he and his mother are taken to a horse auction. His mother is sold away, and it is the first time that he's ever been separated from her. Joey is put into a ring by himself, where many people bid on him. Eventually, he is sold to a drunken old man who takes him back to his farm. Joey is put away into the barn, where in the stall next to him he meets an old gray mare by the name of Zoe. That night, Joey is visited by Albert and his mother. Albert takes a liking to Joey, and they bond immediately. As the years go by, Albert and Joey grow up together. Over the years, Albert trains Joey to become a working horse. He trains Joey to pull a plow and be ridden under saddle. The two become the best of friends and hope that nothing will ever come between them. But that destiny was not meant to be true. One night, Albert's father steals Joey from the stables and leads him into town. There, he sells Joey for some extra money to a man named Captain Nichols, who will ride him in the British cavalry during World War I. Before Joey is taken away, Albert finds him and promises him that they will find each other again someday. When Joey reaches the cavalry stables, he is put into a stall next to a strong black stallion named Topthorn. Topthorn and Joey are said to be in the same cavalry group and soon become very good friends. During the next few weeks, both horses are trained to become top-notch cavalry horses. It takes Joey some time to get used to his new trainer because his training methods are much different from Albert's. Soon, all the horses are boarded onto a ship and sailed over to France to fight in the war. Within the first few days of reaching France, Joey and Topthorn see battle for the first time. Joey loses his rider, Captain Nichols, to a machine gun. Both horses survived the first battle without a scratch on them, but now belong to the German army. The Germans think of the horses as heroes and stable them in a windmill on a nearby farm. Soldiers are very kind to the horses. They feed and visit them regularly, enjoying their company. One night, while staying in the windmill, Topthorn and Joey are visited by a young girl by the name of Emily and her grandfather. Emily loves them and thinks of them as if they were her own horses. She enjoys living with them for several months until one fateful day. The horses are taken away by another group of Germans who are a lot less caring, never to see Emily again. Joey, Topthorn, and several other horses are hooked up to large cannons that they must pull through deep and freezing mud for miles on end. The strenuous work, without proper resting, takes its toll on many of the horses. Slowly but surely, horses begin dropping like flies, until one day, Joey, Topthorn, and two small ponies are all that is left to pull the large heavy cannons. Eventually, the work takes its toll on Topthorn too, and he dies of heart failure a few days after contracting a cough. Joey does not want to leave his best friend's side, so he stays by him for the rest of the day and all the way into the night. Joey is eventually driven away from his friend's side when he encounters his first military tank. Joey runs as far and fast as he possibly can away from the tank, and eventually stumbles onto no man's land, where he gets wounded as well as entangled in barbed wire. Joey is rescued by a British as well as a German man. They flip a coin to decide who will get him, and the British side wins. Joey is taken back to a vet hospital, where his wounds are treated and he is cleaned up. He is also fed and given water. At the vet hospital, Joey is reunited with one of his best friends, Albert. He comes to visit him as much as possible, and things begin to start looking up for Joey. Sadly, the happiness is short-lived. Joey comes down with a terrible case of tetanus, which many people around the vet hospital do not think he will recover from. Despite his odds, Joey recovers within a month from tetanus, thanks to several willing people around the barn, including Albert, who had the most persistence to get his horse through this terrible time. Sadly, the journey is not over. People around the hospital find out that the horses that were treated in the war are not able to be transported back to England and must be sold to people in France. Everyone puts their money together to buy back Joey from the war, but they are outbid by an old man who we later find out is Emily's grandfather. He trades Joey to Albert for 1 English penny and the knowledge that he will always be in good hands. Joey and Albert return to England together. Albert gets married, and the three of them live happily together on his farm.